I'm sitting here today with style editor of Jerk Magazine, Trusha Bott. How are you doing today, Trusha?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'd really like to mainly talk about you and your role and experience as a style editor for Jerk Magazine. From what I understand, Jerk is a student-run magazine on campus. Is there any other way you could summarize what Jerk is exactly and what it means to you?
I think Jerk is a student-run magazine, but what differentiates itself from all the other magazines on campus is the fact that it publishes 3 times a semester, which is more than any other magazine, and it kind of bases itself off of being like a very alternative magazine, expressing opinions that other people might feel are almost like offensive, and to just kind of have a look and feel that's just very like alternative, I guess.
So you'd say some of the articles would be kind of controversial?
Oh yeah, definitely. We had an issue last year where someone wrote a piece about is cultural appropriation actually just appreciation? And that article had a lot of backlash. The Black Student Union of Syracuse actually ended up getting a full-page spread in the Daily Orange criticizing the article. But that's just kind of the point of what we do. We kind of say unfavorable opinions just to kind of get it out there, because if no one says it, then everyone will have a very like one-minded approach to things.
That's interesting. How long have you been working at Jerk Magazine?
This is going to be my 3rd semester with them.
Have you ever worked as any other position, or have you always been a style editor?
Well, the way the style editor position works is that there's a head style editor and then there's an assistant style editor. So last year I was the assistant for 2 semesters, and then this year I'm the head style editor.
What role do you play, and what exactly is your job description as a style editor?
So I cover 4 sections of Jerk, and that is the fashion feature, which is an 8-page long just like photo feature. And then I do this section called Stripped, which is like a 2-page section, basically just like what's trending in fashion right now. It's more of an informational piece. And then we have this section called Closet Case, which is profiling 3 Syracuse students, talking about a specific item they all have in common, like whether it be like cool socks or an accessory or something like that. And then the last thing we do is Form and Function, and it's basically like a parody on how to dress for certain occasions. So those are the 4 sections I hold. And so my job is basically to oversee, make sure everything gets done. I like delegate certain articles to my team, but I pretty much play a part in everything.
Oh, that actually goes along with my next question. So do you have a team that you work with?
Yeah, I have so last year we had the head style editor, who was Lydia Chan, and then we had me, the assistant style editor, and then we had a freshman intern who kind of worked exclusively for us. Her name was Harold. And so now my team consists of me as the head, Harold as the assistant, and then we just hired basically an assistant to the assistant. So there's 3 people on my team.
Okay. What designers or models inspire you when it comes to new fashion trends and styles you want to portray in your photo shoots?
To be honest, I don't really like to draw much inspiration from designers, just because we try to keep Jerk to be very affordable for, the Syracuse student. And granted, like, I love fashion, so I'm always constantly keeping an eye on it, but I also understand that like price point and just wearability is very important. So I'm not going to have any like super crazy clothes in it because people wouldn't wear that. I take a lot of inspiration just from like my favorite celebrities and like cultures. So like I'm very into like the skateboarding culture, so a lot of the people and how they dress I kind of take from there. Certain models, like this lady named Camille Rowe, she's like this really cool French model. I like embody a lot of the stuff she does. And then I guess I do draw a lot of inspiration just kind of off myself and Tumblr. So all the clothes are pretty timely. They're kind of what is trending right now, but I think of how we portray them has a lot to do with just my personality, how I want to do it. It's pretty much I pretty much just taken this over to be my like baby, and I don't really care what other people say. I just wanted to look cool, to be completely honest. Yeah.
So is there a main theme that you use for photo shoots, and how would you say you come up with a main theme?
Yeah, we usually have one main fashion theme, and then we kind of put that into like more of a storytelling theme. So, for example, for the December issue, the theme with the fashion is like sheer ballet. So it's a lot of just like sheer clothing, a lot of like bodysuits and like tutus and stuff, which are like really in right now. But then we're putting that into the concept of like what makes a woman beautiful. And so we're going to kind of show the two sides of a woman, like the more feminine, what you would classically think of a ballerina, and then also another beautiful woman, but she's going to be dressed in like darker, crazier clothes, and just to kind of show that you can have two sides of a woman and she's both beautiful. So yeah, we want the fashion to have a bigger purpose, so we don't want it to just be the clothes. It has to kind of help society in some sort of way, so we kind of try to mend those two things together.
That's interesting. How do you find your models and photographers?
Models, it's like very weird. I kind of just stalk people on social media, or like, for example, the first shoot this year called Baby Girl, I was literally just sitting in Newhouse and I saw this couple walk by me, and they were just like the most beautiful couple I've ever seen. And they were literally walking out of Newhouse, and I legitimately chased after them and asked for their phone number, and then they wouldn't respond for like 2 weeks. So then I started Instagram DMing them. But yeah, no, it's like I usually like people I know, like I'm a senior now, so I know a lot of people on campus. I kind of have like an arsenal of people I want to shoot at some point. And then just really just stalking people on social media. That's how we find them.
Okay. Do you like to see a photographer's previous work before you hire them for your photo shoots?
Definitely. We're like in this weird transition right now, because last year we used Alan Chu exclusively because he's an amazing photographer, but he graduated. So this year it's been kind of hard to find new photographers that we trust. So yeah, I definitely like to see what they can do, but also, like, until you put them in the studio, we don't really know what they're capable of. So it's kind of just like a hit or miss,
Have you ever had a bad experience with a photographer?
Yeah, we did, actually. So we used these two guys for our first shoot. They did an amazing job. But then for the second shoot, I don't know what happened to them. But when it came time to publishing, they only gave us 6 photos, and it's an 8-photo spread. And they just didn't take enough photos. I have no idea what they were doing the entire shoot. I don't know what the issue was.
Yeah.
But so we've decided to like stop using them because that's very unreliable and very unprofessional on their part. Yeah.
How and where do you find places to photo shoot?
That comes a lot with we usually find the theme, and then like we usually do the clothes first, the theme, and then we'll start looking for locations. It's actually like pretty hard to find locations just because Syracuse doesn't allow for a lot of outdoor shoots just because it's too cold and we don't want to put our models through that much pain. And then studios are like pretty hard to book around here. But like the last issue we literally shot in my house just because, it looked cool. So it really is just like random places I've been in class. I'm like, oh, this place is cool. Why don't we shoot here? And then we'll just like set up shop. And if we get kicked out, we get kicked out. We don't really care.
Where do you get all the clothes that you use for the photo shoots?
So this is where our kind of like highly illegal process comes in. We usually just order online or buy from store and then just return it. It's definitely not allowed, but it's the only way. We don't have a budget.
Yeah.
We've been fighting SA for years to give us a budget, and they just refuse to for some odd reason. So we do that. I also just draw a lot of the stuff from my own closet, or just friends that I know have certain items that I want to shoot. I'll just ask them to borrow stuff.
Yeah. How do you get money? How do you get the money to buy new clothes for the shoots?
It's literally my bank account.
Oh no.
It suffers a lot.
That is insane.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite photo shoot you have done for Jerk so far?
They're all really different.
Yeah.
But I think we did a photo shoot last year I don't even remember what it was called, but it was a mixed metals shoot. It was just like a very like hardcore just like a lot of metallic clothing. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Just because the models were really fun. We had a rat on shoot. We like shot
pet rat?
Yes, it was their pet rat. But it was also funny because the place we were shooting had a cat, so the cat kept trying to eat the rat. It was like it was just a really fun night, I guess. And the clothes were really fun. And then I guess the first issue this year that we did, Baby Girl, was really fun because we literally shot it in my house, and it was just like I loved the clothes, I loved the concept of it.
The clothes were really great.
Yeah, it was like the first time it was completely like my idea, so like I really was passionate about it. So I guess those are my two favorite shoots for sure.
How much time do you spend organizing shoots and working as a style editor?
So because we shoot 3 times a semester, we don't have much time per issue. So I guess the turnaround is usually like 2 weeks after we've distributed our last issue. There's basically 2 weeks until we have to go to print again. So it's pretty much like all the time. We have meetings every Tuesday, where it's just like a staff-wide meeting, and then when we're going to print, we have all day Thursday, all day Sunday that we're just going over the magazine, and then we have like I'll have 4 photo shoots per thing, so that's a full day event.
That's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of organizing people's schedules, which is like takes up the most time because everyone has, we're in college, so everyone has a different class schedule and stuff. So it is a lot of effort and time. Yeah.
Is being a style editor something you really enjoy and want to continue doing as either a hobby or a career after college?
I would love for it to be a career, but I understand how difficult it is to get into that field. I'm an advertising major now, so I would love to use my love for fashion somewhere in there. So if I could go into fashion advertising, that would be like my optimal goal. But like if I could style for Vogue, I would drop everything to go do that. But I'm definitely by no means gonna like move to Los Angeles and become like a struggling stylist that styles like mediocre people. Like that's just not really my dream. But if an opportunity comes along the way, I would take it in a heartbeat.
Oh, okay. Well, when does the new issue come out for? Is there only one more?
There's one
for
more
this semester?
Yeah, it should come out like first week of December or something.
Okay, well that's pretty exciting.
Yes.
I'm so happy I got a chance to meet with you today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Sarah.